This is how I imagine most people start trying to do Enderman Slayer. Probably with better gear, they enter the void and start trying to kill these fanatics. And, oh no! Mini spawned. Try to kill the mini, okay, this is not. Try to. How am I killing this with no armor on, bro? You know, people usually start trying to do Enderman Slayer like this. They, you know, kill these fanatics or whatever, and they spawn their boss, and, you know what usually happens is, they end up dying. Just like that. And after dying a bunch more and crying about it, they realize that the only way to move forward is to fork over half of their net worth to some random guy they met on a Discord in hopes that they can finally hit Enderman Slayer level 9. I mean, this has to be the best way of doing it, right? What's the point of even learning how to do the boss in the first place? And if I drop a judgment core, that's profit, and since I'm getting carried and I don't actually have to do anything, I can just like watch a TV show or something. Yeah, buying carries is probably the worst thing you can do. Okay, in all seriousness, I really do feel like carries ruin progression in a lot of ways for a lot of players, because no one is going to have the patience to carry hundreds of bosses, and since you're paying like over 10 times the actual value of the boss, like anything you drop doesn't actually end up being profit. This is how I visualize carries, okay? It's subtracting from your net worth and adding to someone else's net worth who already has more money than you. And obviously this creates a wealth disparity, right? And although people don't want to admit it, money directly correlates to how much progression you can make in the game. I mean, if you just take Crimson Isle, for example, 80% of the content is locked behind having Hyperion, and the other 20% is locked behind having a Terminator. I mean, most people don't even step into the Crimson Isle before they can afford a Hyperion, just because killing the mini-bosses, grinding rep, it's all so bad without having this 2 billion coin weapon that it's not even worth the effort. And it gets so bad sometimes that I've even seen people grind floor 7 for a week, get tired of it, then switch to Enderman Slayer for, you know, dropping a core and getting a Terminator, to then go to master mode to try to grind up to M7, to then get a Hyperion that way. And the sad part is, even after all of this grinding, like getting a hype in a term, like that's the beginning of the real grind to, like, you know, get all of the endgame stuff completed. Like, yeah, there's a reason why expensive items have their price tag sometimes, but I feel like there isn't actually that much content in between floor 7 and something like M7 or Infernal Kudra that's like repeatable. I mean, other than like farming or mining, I guess. Or you could, you know, try scouring the market to find some other obscure money-making method. But it doesn't actually change the fact that most people don't actually start to enjoy the grindable parts of the game until they have those overpriced items. So honestly, my biggest piece of advice to anyone trying to make progress really quickly is just make a straightforward plan and figure out how to get something like a Wither Impact Blade really quickly, and then you can enjoy some of the later parts in the game. It's kind of sad that that's the way it works. Now, I don't want to hit on the admins too much because, you know, they have been putting in their work, putting out some cool updates. Maybe not the last update, but they did say they had some cool stuff planned for this year, so fingers crossed, let's see what they come up with. Because, you know, the stuff you've heard 1,000 times already, the admins pushing out updates that feel kind of unfinished or untested, and only having the mindset of pushing out cool new updates instead of fixing the stuff or, you know, completing the stuff that they've pushed out in the past, like, where is Mountaintop? And stuff like, you know, Hab Tactics. Case in point. What the hell even is Habanero Tactics, bro? Anyways, on a lighter note, I did not forget about the challenge. Go watch that video if you haven't, by the way. All of that's still going on. I got videos in the works for that. I'm actually streaming probably right after this video goes up, so that's why you should subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can catch those streams whenever I upload next.